Good. All right, welcome to yoga this morning. And yeah, we're just going to begin by arriving on our chair. You know, many of us have crazy mornings. We're doing a million things. And so let's just sit and arrive and be here. And just for this hour, come into this space. And you know, in yoga, we talk all the time about being in the present moment. And so let's just be in the present moment, this present moment, for just a couple of, it's just 1 hour. Yeah. All right. So let's take a nice breath in and let it go. And take another nice breath in and let it go. Let's float our eyes closed. That also helps us to arrive in our space. Good. And as we breathe in, so we take a couple breaths in, I want you to feel that your belly rises and then your heart rises as you're breathing in, taking in as much air as you can. Pause at the top and then exhale, relax the heart and draw the belly in. Good. Let's flip our palms up on our lap. Good. Let's just take a couple more breaths here. We can even come into a little chin mudra here. So just touching the tip of your thumb to the tip of your pointer finger. Yeah, and just sending energy in that whole center part of our body. So as you breathe in, belly rise, heart rises, take in as much breath as you can. Pause. And as you breathe out, relax the heart, draw the belly back. And just do about 2 or 3 more breaths, nice and slow. Belly rise, heart rise, breathe in, fill up your lungs, pause, and then slowly breathe out. This is in and out of your nose. Heart relaxes, belly relaxes back. See how slow you can go and how deep you can breathe. Pausing a little bit more at the top, elongating the exhale breath. And feel how that exhale breath starts to ground you, starts to slow that monkey mind down a little bit. And just the next time that you breathe out, you can relax your fingers out of the chin mudra. And just notice how that breath feels, how that breath felt. Yeah. That's a version of box breath, and that breath helps to calm. It helps us calm us down and focus on the task at hand or no task. Yeah. All right, and when you're feeling ready and complete, just gently flutter your eyes open. Good. So that again is a tool that you have with you at all times. When you're starting to feel that busyness, again, this is change of season. It's just, you can't help but be immersed in the energy going on around you. So that breathe in, pause, breathe out more, pause, can really help to ground us onto the earth. Yeah, so that we're not all up in our head. Good. All right. So nice tall spine. So lift the chest, shoulders back slightly. I'm going to bring your right hand to the right side of your head. You're gently going to push your hand into your head and your head into your hand. So you feel these muscles, all your muscles actually engage in your neck. Yeah. And then release. Good. And let's take the left hand and press the head into the hand and the hand into the head. Good. And let that go. Good. Now we're going to take either hand up to our forehead. We're going to press our hand into our forehead, forehead into our hand. Good. And back. And then back. Press your hand into your head and your head into your hand. And relax. Good. And let's roll out the shoulders. Good. We're going to bring our hands and we're going to interlace them behind our head. Now, both hands behind our head. Good. Just see how that's going for you today. Good. And then we're going to bring our elbows forward. And we're going to lift our elbows up towards the sky. We're coming into a gentle little back bend here, lifting those elbows up. Notice the nice stretch on the side of your ribs. Just opening up waking up our body here. Good. And then slowly lower the elbows back forward. Bring the elbows back out. You can reach the elbows back just slightly. So however it feels good. Yeah, opening up our chest. And again, our lymph glands activated for our immune system. Good. And now we're going to slide our fingers just down the side of our neck. We're going to land our fingers, all 4 fingers, right to where the neck meets the shoulders and a little behind. This is an energy point here. It helps us to just get rid of the burden that we tend to hold. Relax your elbows forward and down wherever they land. You're just holding this energy point here. Good. And we can close our eyes if you'd like. I'm going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, just drop your head over to the right. Nice and relaxed. Good. Knowing that this energy point helps us to get rid of those burdensome feelings, the fear, the anxiety, the stress, all those things that we all hold. If we don't learn how to just let them go, they just keep piling up and piling up. So let go with each exhale breath. Any burdens and stresses, and just know that we are all being protected and taken care of. And life is good. On an inhale breath, slowly float the head back up. And on an exhale breath, just drop your head over to the left now. Notice if there's any difference on either side. And just breathe. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. And again, imagining with each exhale breath, each exhale breath, that we're just shedding all of that tension, stress, fear, what's going to happen, what's going on out in the world, what's happening with my investment, how am I going to do this? All of that, just let it go. Surrender. As I talked about in my email, surrender doesn't mean to give up. It means to let go. And then inhale, slowly lift the head back up. And just flutter the eyes open. Yeah. And then just let the hands slowly float off that spot. So if you're ever feeling that anxiety building up, that, just hold again where the neck meets the shoulder, just behind there. There's this energy point, and just hold that just softly and close your eyes and breathe. And that will help you get rid of some of that burden that we carry. Yeah. All right. And let's shake it out. Good. We're going to bring our hands forward, make them into fists. And we're going to just slowly roll our hands, our fists. Good, in one direction. And then we're going to reverse the other direction. Good. And again. One direction. And other direction. So this is the time of year. We're going from summer to fall. Good. Now we're going to bring our hands into prayer position here. Good. And when we go on from summer to fall, any change of season, especially the change from summer to fall, winter, it's time for us to slow down. So it's okay to slow down your schedule. It's okay to say, today, maybe I'm not going to do that. Today, maybe I won't read the paper or watch the news, or just mindfully slowing down. We're going to float our hands out to either side. So our fingers are touching each other. We're going to spread your fingers wide and then bring them in. Yeah, spread them wide and bring them in. And spread them wide and bring them in. Good. Now, elbows maybe lifted a little bit higher. It's a little shoulder stretch actually. So we're going to take a breath in. On an exhale breath, you're going to reach your fingers forward and down towards the floor as far as they'll go. Yeah. And then slowly bring them back up and reach them in towards your heart. Bring them in as far as you can. Relax the shoulders. Shoulder tense up here. Bringing them back up and now bringing them forward and down again. Let's bring a little smile to our face. Remember our smile mudra that brings out, that helps us to release some endorphins, serotonin, the feel-good hormones in our brain. We'll just do this a couple more times, going a little further each time. Yeah, if you can. Inward rotation, stretching the back, upper shoulders. Yeah, take it to where it's comfortable. A little bit more each time. Good. And come back up. We'll all meet with our fingers up. Relax your shoulders down, or your elbows down rather, and just do a little shake, shake, shake. Good. Relax your arms down towards the side, alongside your body here. And we're just going to do some gentle, we're going to start slow doing shoulder pumps. And this also helps to wake up that lymphatic system. Yeah. So just to wherever it's comfortable for you. Some of us may want to maybe speed it up a little bit. And of some of us that doesn't feel good, you just keep it to your pace. Always remembering not to overdo, nothing should be sharp pain. Yeah. Like that challenging sweet spot to where you challenge yourself a little bit, but also take care of yourself. Good. And relax. A little bit of that really gets into your shoulders. Yeah. Hands. Actually, we're going to bring our hands into our fingertips meeting each other here. We're going to do some elbow pumps now. So we're going to reach the elbows back and forward, and the hands can cross. Yeah. So just opening up those shoulders, chest. Again, good for our lymphatic system. Good. And again, here, find your pace. Some of you may want to go a little quicker. You want to wake yourself up and challenge yourself if you like. And maybe this is a challenge. Yeah, so just find what feels good and marry your breath. In, out. Through the nose. Few more, but you can stop at any time. And relax. Hands up on your lap. Let's float our eyes closed here and just notice the effects. So easy to do, right? Wherever we're sitting, we can do this. Good. And floating the eyes open now. We're going to come into a little little series here. So we're going to start with extending our right heel forward. Now here you might want to scoot forward in your chair just a little bit. Yeah, good. Making sure that your sit bones are grounded. Good. So the right leg is semi-extended. There's a little bend in the knee. The right toe is lifting up a little bit. You're going to take a breath in and lift your heart. Get nice and tall. And just with that, lifting the heart, you might start to feel a nice stretch on that hamstring. Take a breath in. Exhale with a nice straight spine. Draw your belly button forward. Good. And inhale, come back up. And exhale forward. So just finding a stretch in that hamstring. Inhale, come up. And exhale forward. Good. And inhale, come up. And exhale. This time as we come forward, let's pause here. Reaching the chest forward. We're not rounding our back. And breathe. If we round the back, it'll take the stretch out of the hamstring a little bit. So we want a nice straight spine. The head is sitting right above the shoulders. And we're not rounded forward here. Good. On an inhale breath, slowly come back up. Slide your right heel next to the left foot. Good. Now we're gonna lean forward. We're gonna grab the back of our knee. Good. And on an inhale breath, we're gonna lift that knee up. Good. And see if it's comfortable for you. If you can just cross that foot over. A little itchy on my nose. Yeah, just very loosely here. Yeah, keeping the knee up high. And see if you can interlace your fingers on your shin here. And if that's not comfortable for you to keep the leg up here, you can slide it and cross it, right? And if that's not comfortable for you either, we're going to come into a sciatic stretch here. So you can also, cross at your ankles here and just draw your thigh. So I'll give you the options here. If you're up here and your hands are in front of your, on your shin, good. Inhale, lift the chest. Start to hug your knee, your leg into your chest. Good. That's one. If you're here, just cross. You can take the hands and guide that leg, that right leg up towards the left. Same thing if you're crossed here. Won't get as much of a stretch, but there's some. Yeah. All right. If you're hugging up here and this is feeling okay, see if you can start to slide that right knee over to the left. You should be feeling a nice stretch right in here. Yeah, and again, if you're crossed at your legs, you just start to guide that leg over, that right leg over to the left as well. Yeah, good. And breathe. Keep that nice tall spine. 2 more breaths here. Each time you exhale, see if you can slide it a little bit more. Get yourself a little bit more stretch. Good. And then on your next exhale breath, just if you're up here, just allow the leg to cross. If you're crossed already, just remain there, either here or at your ankles. Good, and find the nice tall spine. Good. We're gonna take a nice big breath in. We're gonna bring our left arm across to the right thigh, yeah, and bring that palm out to the side. Good. And if you're crossed at your ankle, it'll be your hand that's into your thigh. Yes, good. All right, so take a nice big breath in, get a nice tall spine. And as you exhale, press into that forearm or that hand, that left hand, and slowly turn your body over to the right. Yeah, so coming into a little twist. The right hand can either hold on to the chair or just palm into the side of your chair. And now slowly turn your head and look over the right shoulder. So we're getting a stretch in our neck. Finding ourselves in this twist, so find your deep belly breath. Breathing in, feel the belly rise and the heart rise. And as you breathe out, relax the heart and the belly. Good. And then maybe turn a little bit more. So you're gently pressing into that forearm, that left forearm or hand. As you exhale, let it guide you into a little deeper twist. And again, it should feel good, no pain. And breathe and smile. And as you exhale now, relax the whole body. Slowly turn your body back forward, coming out of the twist. Good. And we'll uncross. And we'll do that same series on this side now. So shake off any tension that you might have built up there. Wiggle the body, shake off the tension. Get yourself ready for the other side. We're going to extend now that left heel forward. A little bit of a bend in this left knee. We're not dropping that knee. Yeah, a little bit of a bend. Get a nice tall spine. Let left toes lift up slightly. Exhale with a tall spine. Draw your belly forward. Just come a little ways till you will probably start feeling that stretch in your hamstring, even into your glute. And then inhale, come back up. Follow the breath. Exhale forward, maybe a little more. Good. And inhale back up. And exhale forward a little bit more. And let's pause. And the next time you come forward, let's pause and breathe. And just relax with each exhale breath. Let that upper body just lean a little bit more forward. Gently stretching that hamstring. And now on an inhale breath, press down into your standing right foot to float the body straight back up. Good. And slide your left heel next to the right. Good. All right, and then leaning forward, just clasping behind your leg here. We're gonna inhale and see if you can hug this side in. Again, if that's too relaxed, and then to see if you can drop the foot over to the other side, to the outside of the right leg. Yeah, so you're either here, if you are up here, you can grab onto your shin, interlace your hands so you have a good grip on your shin. Yeah, or if that's not feeling good, you can cross or cross at the ankles. Good. If you're up here, you're gonna hug that knee into your chest, and then you should be feeling a nice stretch in this whole glute, hamstring. Yeah, good. Take a breath in. As you exhale, see if you can draw your knee. This is where the stretch comes in. Draw that left knee over to the right. If you're across legs, see if you can draw that outside leg over to the right. Same if you're crossed at your ankles. Good. Few breaths here. Each time you exhale, see if you can draw it a little bit more. Find that edge. You may need to lower your knee a little bit to get a deeper stretch, or lift it up a little higher. You see where you can find that stretch in that hamstring. It gets so tight. I mean, in the sciatic. Yeah. Good. And now on your next exhale breath, just meet with either legs crossed or ankles crossed. Let's straighten our chest forward. Lift the chest up. Now we're going to bring the right hand just to the outside of this thigh, or the hand or the forearm, depending on how high your leg is. Good. Now let's take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, press into that forearm and slowly pivot the body over to the left. Turn your head to the left as well. Find a smile on your face and that belly breath. So inhale, feel the belly rise, then pushing into your thigh and the heart. And exhale, relax. And twist a little bit more. Just 2 more breaths here, enjoying the stretch, enjoying this time for our spine. And then as you exhale, relax the body. And slowly make your way back forward with the body. Good. And uncross. Nice. Good. And just come to mountain pose seated, right? Feet hip distance apart, shoulders up, back, and down, belly in, nice tall spine, chin back slightly. Yeah. We're going to come into a little warrior pose here, warrior 2 pose. So we're going to take this left leg, or right leg, let's start with your right, and take it out to the side. Left knee is forward. Right toes are out to the side as much as possible, opening up this hip. You're going to feel that stretch in there. Yeah. And then we're going to reach the left arm back. So keeping the shoulders above the hips, reach the right arm forward. Good. And we're going to turn and look over that right middle finger. So you're pressing down gently into your feet. Tailbone is pressing into the chair. Shoulders are gently back and down. Looking over that front middle fingernail, find your breath. Nice, long, slow, deep breath here. Little smile on the face. And now as you exhale, relax your back, that left arm down. You can even grab onto the seat of the chair. We're going to come into peaceful warrior. Flip your right palm up. Good. Press into your feet, and on an inhale breath, reach your right arm up towards the sky. And you can even look up towards the hand. Unless that doesn't feel good, you can keep your head forward. And as you exhale, you can bend your right elbow and to wherever it lands. And maybe even rest your right fingertips on the back of your head. That's an option. Belly's tucked in here. And we're breathing and smiling. And we are strong. And toes are pressing into the floor gently. Engaging that lower body. Belly's tucked in. And on an inhale breath, float the right arm up. At some point, catch the gaze of your right hand and just lower slowly your right arm. Just watch it float down. Slowly, slowly, as it comes down towards the floor. Good. Then lift the head up and turn the head slowly forward. And then heel toe that right leg, or just gently bring it back next to the left. Good. All right, and do a little shake. And let's go to the other side. Stepping now the left leg out to the side, right leg forward. Good. 90-degree in both of your knees. Yeah, you'll want the feet out further than your knees. Yeah, right underneath. Good. All right, and then we're going to stretch our right arm back and left arm forward. So shoulders right above the hips. We don't want to be leaning over to the left. Yeah. Then we're going to turn our gaze to the left. Find that little drishti gaze on that maybe middle left fingernail. And find your breath. So the toes are gently pressing into the floor. Your tailbone is pressing gently into your chair. Yes. Gaze over that middle finger, shoulders relaxed back and down. Smile on the face helps us to remain in a challenge with more grace. And breathe. And then gently allow that the right arm to float down. And maybe it grabs onto the side of your chair or not. Lift the left palm up for peaceful warrior. On an inhale breath, press into your feet to lift that left arm up. Yes. And then the left arm can either stay up, you can bend the elbow a little bit, coming into a little C shape with that arm, or you can rest your fingers onto the back of your head, lifting your left elbow up a little bit higher. And breathe. Nice long, slow, deep breath. And opening in our lungs here. Again, opening up that lymphatic system underneath our arms. And good. And then on your next inhale breath, just let that left arm float gracefully back up. And as you exhale, watch the left hand as it slowly moves through space, all the way down to the floor. Then lift the head up and slowly turn the head forward and heel toe, back to hip distance apart. And just do some moving around, shaking around, tapping your feet. Yeah, blowing off any tension. Just let all the tension blow away. Good. Okay, so option is to stand for a few poses here. Yeah. And so, or you feel free to stay in your chair. Slide your heels back, use your feet to press into the floor to come to a stand, coming to a mindful stand. And you can meet behind the chairs here. Yeah. But you can slide your chair forward, take it out of the way if you like. Yeah. And let's just do some moving and shaking. Yeah, whatever that is for you. You can kick your feet. Good. All right. Let's shake off any tension that you might have built up there. Good. And relax. Good. On an inhale breath, we're going to reach the arms up, bend the elbows, and we're going to bring our fingers to that energy point again, right on the back of your, inside back of your shoulder blades. And let's see if we can lift our elbows up as high as we can. Yeah. This is a form of pranayama, breathing. Yeah. Let's take a nice big breath in, hold the breath, and breathe out, and then hold the breath. Breathe in, Press into your feet, reach your elbows up, and breathe out. And one more, breathe in. Pause, stretch, breathe out. And allow the elbows to just float down. Good. And just let all that burden that you carry here out. Let it go. Surrender it. Yes, good. All right, we're gonna come into our 3-sit breath. So feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, soft knees here. Yeah, good. So we're gonna take a breath in and lift the arms forward. Another breath in more, and even more as the arms go up. And then we're gonna exhale and just let the breath out. Our body deflates a little bit. Yeah, so that's the motion, and we'll take that a little quicker. So breathe in, more, even more, and breathe out. Let it go. Breathe in, and out. In, and let it go. In, let it go. One more. In, more, even more, and let it go. Hang there for a second. Yeah. And then bring your hands out to your thighs and walk your hands up your thighs. Good. Okay, and wiggle it out. All right, coming into a little bit deeper hamstring stretch here. We're gonna bring our feet back to about underneath our hips where they're just comfortable and we feel steady and stable. We're gonna bring the right foot forward just slightly. So both toes are forward, hands on hips. Good. So basically we're just gonna be hinging forward at our hips. We're gonna be feeling a nice stretch in our hamstrings. Yeah. So our legs are sort of, they look like a pyramid. Yeah, so that's thus pyramid pose. Take a breath in, lift the chest slightly. Reach your elbows back slightly. As you exhale, start to press your chest forward. Put a little bend in this right knee. Don't press it back. Yeah, and as if you're hinging at your hips, you're bringing your upper body forward, just to where it's comfortable for you. Looking down at the floor. Good. So there should be a little bit of a stretch in this front foot. If you're not feeling too much of a stretch, you can come up and maybe send that back foot back a little bit and then come forward. Get a little bit deeper stretch, but make sure you have that right knee soft. Good. Now we're gonna even out our hips. We're gonna take a breath in. As you exhale, see if you can help that. Let the right fingertips lift your left hip and let the left fingertips drop your left hip. Right, so we're lifting the right hip slightly, dropping the left hip to flatten out that sacrum and breathe. Yeah, it's really easy to hyperextend this right knee back, so keep it soft and breathe for 2 and 1. You're gonna press into your toes, press down into your waist with your hands as you slowly float the body back up. Good. All right, and then on an inhale breath, we're gonna bring that left foot forward. Take a breath in. On an exhale breath, send your right foot back. And again, you can experiment with the width, depending on the stretch that you want to get. Good. All right, so both feet forward. They're a little bit on a wider stance so that you feel nice and stable here. Take a breath in. And on an exhale breath, again, start to send your hips back. Start to lean the body forward. It's as if you're hinging at your hips. You're not rounding your back. Back is staying straight, head is staying right above the shoulders. So just take it to where you start to feel a nice stretch in that left hamstring, left glute. Good. And once you've landed here, we're going to even out those hips. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift the left hip up slightly and drop the right hip. It's just a slight movement. And just imagine your sacrum is nice and flat. And breathe here. Yeah. Make sure that you have a soft bend in that left knee. For 2 and 1. And then press into your toes, press down into your waist. Slowly use those feet and hands to allow the body to flow up, come back up nice and gently. Yeah, good. And on an inhale breath, let's take that right foot and slip it to the left. Good. Shake it out. Especially flop your hands around. Okay, we're doing a lot of work there, lifting your hips. Yeah, so shake the hands. Good. Shake the shoulders. Nice. Okay, coming into a little bit of an easy balance. So we're going to do a couple balance poses here. So the brain, our brain, is constantly sending, like in split seconds, all day long, our brain is sending messages to our muscles, right? And of course, as we age, that connection gets a little bit slower. So when we practice these balance poses, it perks it back up. It's like that quick timing can happen. And thus it helps us to not stumble and fall, or we stumble and we can catch ourselves. So we're going to start with, feel free to have your chair in front of you, but we're going to start with our feet together. So we're going to experiment here. I want you to just stand here as if you're just, standing, and float your eyes halfway closed, like you were going to look through your eyelashes. And just notice what your body is doing here. Notice if there's any wobble. Maybe your body starts to wobble side to side or forward and back. And that's that brain muscle connection. That's the brain sending the messages to the muscles to, stay upright, get strong, right? You can even completely float your eyes closed and see what happens there. Movements a little bit more, because we really depend on our eyesight for balance. So when that's out of the picture, that brain really is sending those messages to the rest of the body. Yeah, good. All right, isn't that fun? So let's float our eyes open. Just as a contrast, I want you to bring your feet hip distance apart. And again, soften your eyes or close your eyes and notice what's happening in your body. Mine is completely steady and strong because my joints are stacked. Our joints are stacked, right? Yeah, and float the eyes open. So that's a good little practice thing, simply bringing our feet together. So we're going to do that for our side bend. We're going to bring our feet together again, make it a little bit more of a balanced pose. Yeah, and then we're going to inhale, and we're going to reach our arms forward and up. Good. We're going to take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to drop the left arm down. Good. You can also hang onto your chair with your left hand. On an inhale breath, we're going to reach those fingertips, right fingertips up. And on an exhale, we're going to reach up and over. Stretching, keeping your head next to your arm pretty much. Yeah. And just stretching over. And again, a little bit more of a balance challenge. You can hold on to your chair here if you want to just reach your left fingertips towards the floor. Just a little crescent moon here. And then inhale, slowly come back up. Exhale, just allow that right arm to float down. Good. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Stretch up tall. Exhale. Up and over. Good. And again, try to keep the head up next to the arm. Just stretch as long as you can. Those left fingertips reaching to the right upper corner of the room. And breathe. Good. Toes pressing into the floor. For 2. For 1. Inhale, slowly press into your toes to reach up. And exhale, allow that arm to simply just float down. Good. And roll out the shoulders. Good. Let's bring our feet back to that hip distance apart. Good. All right. We're going to come into our little, another little game for our mind-muscle connection, our brain-muscle connection. So we're just going to start with a little march. Good. And now we're going to take our hands and we're just going to tap our thighs. So this is pretty simple, right? Little march. And you're marrying the tapping with your feet. So here's the little difference. Here's the challenge. So we're going to start to tap our hands faster, but keep the same stance as you march. Yeah. So we're tapping double time our thighs, but we're not quickening our legs. Our legs are staying just the way they were. Yeah. and relax. Let's come back to our cadence, tapping and marching. And this time, our hands are going to stay just like this cadence, but our feet are going to get fast. This one's harder for me, right? So we just start doing double time, but not the hands. Keep the hands going slow and keep the legs going as fast as you can. Yeah, so that's like, okay, wait, we have to coordinate this. Yeah. And relax, come back to your march. We're just gonna do that one more time. Yeah, now that we know. So gonna start with the fast hands, but the feet stay nice and slow. Fast, 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 tap as fast as you can. Yeah. And I see as the legs wanna go fast too, but no, legs are staying slow. Back to varying the stance. And finally, we're gonna do that fast little jog with slow hands. Yeah, see if you can jog faster and go slower with the hands. Yeah. Have fun with this. Just laugh it off and relax. Nice work. So that's a little something fun to practice. And again, it's the brain talking to the body. Wait, body, what do you want here? Okay, I've got it. And that really helps that brain muscle connection, helps us to stay upright. Yeah, so many things change as we get older. Yeah, so take a breath in, let it go. Take another breath in, and let it go. Coming to a nice wide stance here. Actually, let's come back to feet hip distance apart. So just remembering, so I remember, you can do this with feet together and stand and brush your teeth, right? And you can wash your dishes, or just if you're standing and talking to somebody, you know, getting yourself off balance. That just constantly works that brain-body connection. Okay, feet hip distance apart. Hands into prayer position. Good. So we're going to inhale, we're going to step out to a star. So tiny little star, feet are forward, arms are reaching out to either side. And let's just lift our chest, reach the arms back, stretch back, just a nice little back bend here. And exhale, bring the head back forward. We're going to lift the right toes, pivot the right toes and drop them. Release the hands down halfway, coming into our warrior two. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press into the right, that right pinky toe as you soften the right knee. Good. And let's look over our right middle finger. Take a breath in and let it go. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, relax the left arm down onto the left thigh. Turn the right palm up for warrior. It's peaceful warrior. Keeping the right knee bent, lift the right hand up towards the sky. You can just keep it straight up. You can bend the elbow a little bit back, or you can bring the right fingertips onto the back of your head. Fighting peaceful standing warrior. If you're seated, you can just do the same with the seats, seated. Now we know how to do that. And breathe. 2 and 1. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, watch the right arm as it floats down all the way to the floor. Good. Press down into your right toes. Straighten the right leg. Lift the right head up, straight up, and then forward. Good. And pivot forward. And then lift the left toes up. Same thing on the other side. If you need to take a break, bring your legs together and meet us back into our warrior two legs. Good. All right, let's just bend the knee here. While we're here, take a breath in. Press into the outside of that left toe. Soften the left knee. Reach the right arm back, the left arm forward. Turn your gaze and look over the left finger and breathe. Tuck your tailbone down. Press into your toes. Relax your shoulders. Big breath. And on your next exhale breath, relax the right arm down onto the thigh, lift the left palm up. On an inhale breath, reach slowly that left arm up, keep the left knee bent. Good. And either the fingers straight up, you can bend the left elbow, reaching the left fingertips back, or you can drop them onto your head, reaching the left elbow up towards the sky. And breathe. Nice long, slow, deep breath here. Just melting into the pose with the exhale breath. Good. And on your next inhale breath, float that left arm up and slowly start to lower it. Watch the left hand as it gently floats through the space down to the floor. Slowly. Then lift the left of the head up. Turn the head forward, press into your left toes, straighten the left knee, pivot your left toes forward. Nice work, heel toe, your feet back to hip distance apart. Shake it out. Good. All right, we're gonna come into a little figure 8 with our hips. So let's bring our feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. So again, anytime we have to deal with patterns that our body's doing, that's really great mind-body connection. Good. Hands can be on the hips. So we're going to make figure 8 with our hips. So we're going to press the belly forward, bring the hips to the upper right corner of the room, then send the hips to the back right corner, and then bring the hips back middle, and then bring the belly forward, and then left hip to the upper left corner of the room, and then bring it back, and then bring it back to center. So you see that figure 8 with the hips. So continue on, belly forward, front, back, belly forward, front, back. Just notice that perfect figure 8 with your body. Yeah. And just a couple more here. A nice flow. And next time you come back to center, just pause. Good. And bring feet back to hip distance apart. Coming into mountain pose. So feet forward. Yes. Engage your kneecaps. Strengthen your legs. On an inhale breath, reach the arms forward and up. Take a nice big breath in, reach up tall, look up between your hands. Good. And maybe even lean back slightly. Find a nice little elongated back bend. Keep the spine long. And then slowly come back up, looking forward. Slowly bend the elbows, coming into cactus pose. Palms forward. We're going to reach the upper arms back, and again, lift the chest, lift the chin, soften the knees, and breathe. Yeah. So opening up our whole front body. Big breath. And as you exhale, relax the head forward, relax the arms, let the arms float down. Good. And roll it out. All right, getting into one more energy point here that helps us to get rid of all of our anxiety, fear, all these burdens that we carry. Because we're gonna take our thumbs forward, and we're gonna just grab onto, it's at the bottom edge of your rib. So it's basically the back of your waist. Yeah, if you can grab there. So there's this energy point right here at the very bottom of the rib cage that we just gently hold onto. Yeah. And if this is too much for you, you can even bring the backs of your hands. That's a little bit easier on your shoulders. Yeah, good. And then we're just gently gonna lift the heart and see if you can close your eyes or just float your eyes halfway closed. Yeah. And just know that as you breathe, let go a little bit more, again, of the fear we hold. Fear never helps anything. Well, it keeps us safe a little bit, but worry and that fear and that sometimes feeling of life is scary. You know, this time of year is all about scary. It's not scary. Yeah, something's got our back. So just try to let go. surrender into knowing that we are being taken care of. All right. And when you're feeling ready, complete, just gently open the eyes if you have them closed, and just allow the hands to slide down the back of your glutes. Good. And just roll out the shoulders. Good. And roll the shoulders forward. And pump the shoulders a little bit. Good. And let's make our way back to our chairs. Sitting down mindfully. Yeah. Good. Nice work up there, everybody. All right, so standing in front of the chair, sending your hips back, pressing into your toes, reaching your hips back a little bit more, pressing into your toes. Grab your chair, float your hips down onto your chair. Good. We're gonna roll things right now. Yeah, so nice tall spine. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Stretch your shoulders back. Slowly do 3 head circles, going over to the right and up and to the left and down. So again, just stretching the neck, relaxing the body. And one more roll here. Next time the head comes forward, pause and reverse opposite direction. Nice and slow. Breathing in as you go up and breathing out as you come down. Good. And next time you come forward, doing 3, pause, press into your toes, lift your head up. Good. We're going to scoot forward in our chair a little bit. We're going to bring both legs out to either side. Now we should be a little loose, a little looser. Yeah. Keeping the spine nice and tall, the heart lifted. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slide your belly forward. Again, we're doing that hinging at our hips, not rounding of the back. Good. And come as far forward. You should feel a nice stretch. You can even take your hands and just allow the legs to open up a tinge more. Good. And then slowly roll the body over to one side and back. Tuck your belly in as the body goes back and over to the other side. So spine is staying nice and tall, body staying nice and tall, and we're circling at our hips. And the next time that you come forward, pause and do body circles the opposite direction. Nice and slow. And next time that the body comes forward, pause, press down into your feet and your palms and float the body back up. And toe heel, nice and stretchy, toe heel. That felt good on my ankle. Yeah, good. Feet back to hip distance apart. Good. So let's just take our eyes. We're going to look straight forward. Nothing else is moving but the eyeballs, not even our face or our head, right? And let's just do some semicircles or full circles in counterclockwise. That's what I meant to say. So you're just trying to roll your eyeballs in slow circles. Notice if it's kind of jerky, typically that means that your mind is very busy. And then at some point, reverse and go the opposite direction. A tendency here is you really want to move the head. To do that, really try to keep the head steady and just move your eyeballs slowly in a circle. Good. And relax. Good. All right. So just coming into final relaxation pose, we're going to come into a series of mudras. So let's get ourselves set up. Scoot yourself all the way back into your chair here. And we're going to come into these chin mudras. Mudras are energy points with our fingers, typically. We can also do a mudra with our mouth. So with our body somewhere that directs energy to a particular place. So let's find a seat. You can also do this laying down if you want to lay down for your Shavasana. Palms are just up, either on your lap here. Yeah. And just to demonstrate before we close our eyes, the first mudra is going to be the one we started with, Chin Mudra, which is just touching the tip of the pointer finger with the thumb. Then the second mudra is the same thing, but we're just going to curl the fingers in to the palms. Good. And then the third mudra is going to be covering up our thumbs, putting it to bed, yeah, with our fingers. And the fourth is just going to be thumbs up on our lap. Yeah. So hands rested on your thighs. Good. Float your eyes closed. And we'll just take 3 breaths with each of these mudras. So touching the tip of your finger, point your finger to your thumb. Other fingers are just relaxed forward. Good. Just taking the energy from our navel to our throat. Take a breath in. Belly rises, chest rises. Pause. And breathe out. Chest relaxes, belly relaxes. Breathe in, belly rise, chest rise. And breathe out. Relax heart, relax belly. And one more here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now curling those 3 fingers in, keeping the thumb and finger where they are. Breathe in, each one, belly rise, chest rise. This takes the energy from the throat to the third eye. Breathe out. And in. And just enjoy nice relaxed breaths, deep relaxed breaths. And now the third, we're going to cover our thumb up with our fingers just gently. You're not squeezing, you're just gently covering the thumb. Just taking the energy into our brain. Take a breath in, belly, heart, pause. And breathe out, heart, belly, pause. 2 more, slowly. And finally, just letting your thumb poke out. Bring your thumbs up the side of your fists on your thighs. And this is taking the energy all the way up and down our spine. Breathe in. And out. Imagining our breath bathing our entire spine. Bringing health. Relaxation. Peace. And joy. And on your next exhale breath, just release. Let your palms float up. Backs of the hands onto your thighs or the floor. And just enjoy the silence for the next 2 minutes. Just noticing the breath. Allow the mind to be busy if it wants to be busy. And just letting go with each gentle exhale breath. Natural breath now. And each breath allowing us to let go just a little bit more. Relaxing just a little bit more. Whole body just melting into the earth. Becoming part of the earth. Let go a little bit more. Relax 100%. Relax. And allow yourself now to just remain here for as long as you'd like. Choose to slowly make your way back into the space. Bring your awareness to your breath. And take a little bit deeper breath in. And let it go. Let any last bits of tension, fear, worry, just leave your body. And if you're coming out, gently begin to wiggle toes and fingers. And just slowly make your way back into the space a little bit. And move the body however you'd like. We're finally eventually all going to meet now with coming to a seat. Lifting the heart slightly, bringing your hands into prayer position, resting your thumbs onto your heart. And let's take one more nice long deep breath in, belly rise, heart rise. And as you breathe out, simply bow your forehead to your fingers. And closing practice today with this. If we do not change direction, we are likely to end up where we are headed. That is an old Chinese proverb. Change is good. When you're feeling ready, complete at your own pace. Gently begin to flutter the eyes, open as you lift your head. And I thank you all for coming, taking care of yourself on this ever lovely day, practicing yoga together. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.